John Summit, the internationally renowned DJ and music producer. He stopped by Studio 2 a little bit earlier today, just ahead of a big music festival here in New York. And we talked a lot about making music, and more importantly, how to grow a business.
Well, the planning has been going on for months. I mean, just to get the permitting to be able to throw a huge festival for 50,000 people in the city, it's a lot of work. I mean, there has been an electronic music festival here for a couple years. So the expectations are very high, and to be able to find a bunch of vendors, food vendors to work with, sponsors to help make the event happen. It's been a lot of time and energy, but I think it's going to all pay off.
And you obviously have done this for a long time right now. You've played a lot of different venues, and through your new venture with Experts Only, you're also sort of, I guess, trying out different types of venues rather than just, say, an arena or a stadium. Talk about that.
So I did Madison Square Garden for the first time last year, and then the options were maybe doing that a couple more times this year, but that doesn't really excite me too much. I think I like to take things to the next level, and especially with the record label, I want to be able to put on other artists than just me. I'm kind of bored of just doing the John Summit show, so to be able to do Experts Only and like do something that's bigger than just myself, I think is pretty cool.
How are you finding new artists? Are they coming to you, or are you reaching out to them?
Well, I get like hundreds of demos a day, so I'm always trying to find new ones, and then just scouring the internet and seeing like who's popping and what's new and what's fresh and what's unique. So to be able to put on other artists, I think is really cool.
Now, you didn't necessarily start your career as a DJ. Somebody told me you were a CPA. Is that true?
Yeah, so I worked for Ernst & Young for a couple of years.
Okay.
Was always moonlighting as a DJ. I would come into the office pretty sleep deprived, and they're like, what did you do all night? And I had to kind of hide the double life a little bit. So eventually I was able to go full-time with the DJing, thank God.
What was that transition like? I mean, you were just making enough money where you thought it was sustainable as a business, as a profession?
Yeah, so the goal was to save up enough money so I can go full-time for at least 6 months. And I knew that if I went full-time as DJ for 6 months and I ran out of money, I could always go back to the accounting world. And I still had my CPA, of course. But luckily, the music was able to take off, and I was able to kind of build my own business out of it.
Well, that's what I'm curious about, is how much that background in finance actually helped you build out a business. And when we talk about DJs today, I mean, I'm from a generation where, you know, the business of DJing was a lot smaller, and now it's a big business.
Oh, it's huge, especially with the touring and everything, and then the costs are pretty low as well, because I'm not touring with the full band. It's just me and my USB, and all the venues already have the CDJs and all the equipment set up. So, but to be able to wisely invest my money and not kind of just spend it all, I think was, and then be able to invest in a team as well too. So, I mean, just with the record label, I have a label manager, you know, radio pluggers, marketing, you know, managers I work with as well, agents. So it's a whole business. So I think having that background knowledge really helped me take my career to the next level.
Where do you put your personal money right now in terms of investing for the long term? Are you just putting that back into your own business, or are you diversifying across different assets? What?
So I purchased a condo in Miami that I live in right now, but I don't consider that like as a financial asset. But I just you know, invest in stocks. I got financial advisors who I very much trust, because it's very hard when I'm on the road every single day to keep up with the markets. And we just do a monthly call so I can stay in the loop. But pretty much just traditional assets.
And you're on the road a lot. I mean, you're not really sitting in the office on a day-to-day basis like we are here. So how do you manage that, though? I mean, you are managing a company, yet you are probably always in a different city or even a different country than where the people you're working with are.
It's you think with the DJ lifestyle, it's a lot of fun, parties and all that nonstop, but to be honest, it's a lot of Zoom calls. It's 5+ a day at least. So because we're all over the road at once. I mean, the managers I work with, they're based out in Phoenix, Toronto. Agents are in LA, New York. The label's LA. Then half the label is out in London as well too, and that's where I do most of my songwriting. So it's a very worldwide business, but I think that means the business keeps going 24/7, which is good.
Do you see that business expanding beyond just recorded music and live shows?
Yes, but that is kind of the bread and butter, and especially being a fully independent touring business, I think it is the main revenue driver. But and then the merch business is doing great right now as well too. So
you mentioned the economics of it, obviously being a solo act, a solo DJ, if you will. Obviously, you don't have the same carrying costs of taking a full band with you. But there's still got to be a lot that goes into that. And I am curious about the economics of the business. I mean, when we talk about concerts and the success of concert tours, everyone talks about the Taylor Swifts or Beyoncés. Of course they're going to make money because they're Taylor Swift, Beyonce. For those who aren't at that echelon, you know, maybe a couple tiers down, do the economics still work for those types of people?
I think so, because I mean, when I was touring just clubs, for example, that was just me showing up, playing, leaving, you just collect the check, and then if you can travel responsibly and not do first class everywhere, or, you know, 5-star hotels, you can make a good living. But now, yeah, what's tough is that the production costs are on me. So, I mean, this first year festival, we're not making any money, but it's investment in the brand and the business, and I'm trying to, you know, take this festival globally. So then I also have the shows, like I said, with Vegas and stuff, where I can just show up and play, and that's when the margins are very good.
The margins are very good. And as far as like the fan experience, and I guess more the stickiness of your customers, for lack of a better phrase here, you have that? Is that driven by your personality, or is it driven by marketing? What?
The fans are driven by a combination of things. I think it's first and foremost is the music, and they gotta enjoy the music and love the music, which is why I put a lot of time and effort into songwriting, creating catchy songs. But I think also being 100% authentic online and really putting myself out there, so they feel like they know the person behind it all. It's definitely a balance of it all. But I used to be very protective of doing videos of myself out there. Like I would never do something like this, which is awesome. But now I think it's really good to put myself out there.